Cronny D. Now, Cronny D is a daemon that is the latest version that is used nowadays to replace an NTP daemon. Now, why did they do it? Because they probably have most enhanced features in it. So we'll cover that Cronny D in this lesson. So the purpose of Cronny D is again for time synchronization, exactly the same way as NTP that we had covered before. The package name that you would need to install for this program is called Cronny D. The configuration file is etccronnyd.conf file. This is where you go in and specify the NTP server. Now again, NTP is used to synchronize your system clock with an external clock or any other clock within your organization that serves as an NTP server. Then we have a log file for Cronny D daemon, and that log file, all the recording or all the activity is logged into our log Cronny directory. And then we have a service, of course. When you configure the cronnyd.conf file, then you have to start or restart a Cronny D service. And by now you should be familiar. It's systemctl start Cronny D. And the program command that you could run at Cronny C, which will tell you which NTP clock you are synced with, what's the status of it. So let's look at our Linux machine again, and we'll try out this new feature, this new program that is used in Red Hat and CentOS. Okay, so I have logged in as myself to our Linux machine, and of course through console, see who we are. We are ourself. Which host are we on? We are on our correct host machine. Now I want you to become root. Okay, now check if we have the package, and the package name is Cronny D. So it's rpm-qa. Again, rpm is script that will list all the programs that we have with the minus option q and a, and we'll grep for Cronny D. And when you hit enter, I think it's just like Cronny, I believe, not with D. Yes. Okay, so I have confirmed that I do have the Cronny D package, Cronny package, of course. Now, what's the next step we always do once we have the package installed? We configure it, right? So let's go into our configuration file, which is etccronnyd.conf file. Hit enter. And this configuration file pretty much looks the same as ntp.conf file. And we will have to go to the line where it says server. This is where you define your NTP server. And as you see, the first server, second, third, there are 4 servers that are automatically defined. And these are the actual servers. Set it up by CentOS. Let's put a new line, and I'm gonna have this server as pool.ntp.org. Now this is also one of the server. So you know what? Just as for giggles, we just sync it with Google 8.8.8. So of course, this is not an NTP server by Google. This is just a DNS server, but just for practice and training purposes, I'm just putting that in. So this way, when we check the status, we'll see it is connecting to the Google. Anyway, you escape out of it and do write and quit. Now you saved it. Now the next step is you have to start the service. So to start the service, first check if the service is running. System CTL status Cronny D, and it says right here, it says inactive. Okay, so we have to make it active. But also one thing I wanted to mention that please do not run NTP and cron-ed at the same time. So check the status of NTP as well. Sorry, NTPD. And if it is running, I recommend you to stop it. So it is running, as you could see here, right here, it says active. So let's stop it because we don't want to run two services that performs or that serves the same purpose. So let's do status and stop. Now it has stopped the NTP, just verify it. And it says inactive, right? Okay, good. Now also I want to disable it so it does not get started at the boot time. So disable, and now it is disabled. Now I could go ahead and do system ctl start cron-ed. Okay, it is started. Let's check the status. Okay, it is active. Okay, now we have to enable it so it gets started at boot time. Okay, it is enabled now. Okay, so now the program that comes with this package, it's called cron-ed. So it's cron space and then C of, I think it stands for command. So we'll run cron-ed, and when you hit enter, it will bring you into an interactive mode, a program mode of its own cron-ed. So now when you type help, you'll see there's so many commands that you could run within this program. But the one that I wanted to run, it's called sources. So this will tell us, where did it go? Right here. So this will tell us which NTP server we are connecting to. So I'll type this command. So while I'm in cron-ed, so it's sources, hit enter, and you will see right here the first one, if you guys remember, that I picked 8.8.8.8. So this is the Google server that we are syncing our time to, and of course this is not actually an NTP server. I just picked it for training purposes. So you could exit out of it. I think it's quit, and I will go ahead and modify my cron-ed.com file again, and I will remove this first line. Once it's removed, this way I'm not hitting Google and DNS server for some different purpose. Anyway, so now it's modified, removed, and now do restart on the service because we just modified the configuration file. Every time you modify a configuration file, you have to restart its service. Now run this cron-ed again, and now you do sources, and you will see now it's going to a different server which is defined in there depending on what is it resolving to. So that's the topic about cron-ed. Again, it's a replacement for NTP. It has newer features. You can look it up online, what are the newer features and what's the difference between NTP and cron-ed.